is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd without fear. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about DC Comics DCeased #1 by Tom Taylor, Trevor Hairsine, Stefano Guadiano, and James Herron. We're going to be talking about how every character in the DC universe is about to die. But before we get started, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click, click. I'm gonna keep it plain and simple. This story is essentially DC, yet another DC take on the zombie formula. Now, I know we talked about the Drowned Earth, where that one kind of had like a zombie-esque feel to it, just by nature of the fact that we were dealing with people being transformed into mindless fish-type monsters. But in this one, what we're talking about is actually more of a 28 days later type of situation. This story kicks off where the Justice League have gotten Darkseid backed into a corner, have brought him to his knees, and leashed him with the lasso of truth, and they're basically letting him know, you run up and you get done up, it's time for you to deuce out. Your Earth privileges have been cut off. But the thing that happens that no one really expected is that Darkseid's response is to simply stand up and say, alright, yeah, sure, I'm out. I got what I wanted anyway. And he boom tubes the hell out of Dodge. Only to find out that what he really wanted was the one thing that wasn't there, Cyborg. You see, he's trying to piece together the anti-life equation, and now that he already had half of it, he just needed the other half, something that resided inside of Cyborg. But it wasn't something they could just take willy-nilly. You see, if they take his portion of the anti-life equation out of his system, they have to be careful while they do so to not kill Cyborg, because if they kill him, then his part of the equation is gone and lost forever. Something that Darkseid doesn't have time for. So what he does is he summons the one being in all of the multiverse who could help him with the situation, the Black Racer. And no sooner than the Black Racer shows up, he jacks him up and essentially unleashes death from inside of him into the anti-life equation. Taking the essence of death from the Black Rider and injecting it directly into Cyborg, they essentially changed the entire equation. Thing is, I don't think Darkseid realized exactly how dire of a move this was, because not only did he change the anti-life equation, he corrupted it. And this backfires horribly on him because he then becomes infected by it, to the point that he starts trying to tear the anti-life equation, the truth of it, from his own skull. And Desaad, one of Darkseid's most loyal servants, realizes what's going on. Though he's immune to disease, he still decides that it's better for Apocalypse if Cyborg isn't there. And he boom tubes Cyborg back to Earth. No sooner than Darkseid throws himself into the fire pits of Apocalypse, essentially destroying himself and unleashing this new anti-life equation on the entirety of his planet, destroying it in the process. And no sooner than Cyborg touches back down on Earth, things get even worse. This type of virus, it's connected to Cyborg's neural network, and that neural network is connected to the internet. And once he lands, he becomes reconnected with it. And it's here that the virus begins spreading, propagating itself throughout the entire web. It manifests itself into Facebook posts, tweets, retweets, shared videos, sliding in your DMs. People become infected by it, and then they begin sharing, retweeting, the whole 9 yards. And before you know it, everyone around Cyborg is infected. They all begin trying to tear the anti-life equation out of their own skulls, tearing themselves apart and anyone else who has it, essentially turning themselves into these rabid 28-day style zombie-like creatures. A world of completely rabid human beings. And Superman only becomes aware of it because at the time, he's talking to Scott Free and Big Barda, trying to come up with a way to get Cyborg out of Apocalypse, but the problem is that they don't realize he's already out. And it's here Superman's super hearing lets him know that something's not right, and when he looks outside, he sees the whole world has gone to hell in a handbasket. And I actually was kind of glad they put a little respect on Superman's name, because he figures out really quickly exactly what it is that's causing all this. Recognizing, just seeing that people are sharing messages, tweeting messages, and it just keeps propagating that way, realizes it and immediately rushes home to stop Lois, who is in the process of getting ready to get her phone when Jonathan is about to pick it up. Superman destroys it because he realizes what's going on, and it's here that Damian gets worried, because Damian is now concerned about Batman because he can't get in touch with his dad. Speaking of old Batboy, Batman's in the Batcave, surrounded by Wi-Fi, the most high-tech Bat computers in the world. He's literally at ground zero, and once he realizes what's happening, he is able to shut down the Batcave, sitting out an EMP that shuts down all the Wi-Fi, even in Wayne Manor itself. But by the time he does so, by the time he can even get to where Alfred is, he finds Alfred armed with a kitchen knife, trying to defend himself from Nightwing, who is clearly infected. Not only that, but so is Tim Drake. Tim is also overtaken by it, and they swarm Batman, clawing and biting at him, even to the point where Nightwing is biting into Batman's own neck. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this story, I mean, we haven't gotten all the rules yet. We don't really know how this virus spreads 100%. We don't know if this spreads through bites. We know that it spreads through the internet. We know that it spreads through smartphones, computers. We know that it is connected to social media. But we don't really know how it operates on a blood level. We know that it was a biological virus that basically adapted itself to be a techno-organic virus. So it's very possible it still spreads that way. So Batman himself may be infected now. Man, dude, this is just an insane way for all this to be going down right now, because it seems like one major fight after the other, the Justice League are constantly trying to save the world from catastrophic ends. And right now, with one of the biggest baddies in the entire DC multiverse completely taken off the table, we now have to worry about the Justice League themselves falling prey to becoming DCeased. I stand by that pun. Anyways, this book is, I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on in this. I'm not gonna lie to you. And we don't even really know who's narrating the book. It's kind of like an unknown narrator. I mean, at first I thought maybe it was Batman, but then, I don't know, some of the way that things were being narrated, I thought maybe it's not. Maybe it's one of those things where they're kind of hiding the narrator and saving it for a big reveal later. But man, DC has a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on right now between The Last Night on Earth, Year of the Villains, and then this right here, DCeased. There's a lot going on, man. It is so difficult to keep up with all this stuff. But hey, I'm here for it, man. I read comics so you don't have to, or maybe so you can, and maybe talk to me about it. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think Batman's fate is, and what we may have to look forward to in DCeased #2. Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, Hulk smash that like button. And if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you click subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers, and tap that bell so you know when I post up. And if you want to become one of Earth's mightiest patrons as well, swing on over by patreon.com/blerdwithoutfear. And if you chuck in a buck, you can get some exclusive content. And if you don't want to become one of Earth's mightiest patrons, that's fine too. Hey, all I ask is that you like this video and share it with your friends. And who knows, maybe they'll become some of Earth's mightiest subscribers too. Anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and while you're here, go ahead and check out some of these other videos I got floating around here. But until next time, Plus Ultra!